Hey guys, so this is gonna be like a completely different video than I normally do. I was thinking about doing a separate channel for this, but I've just decided no. If you guys, sorry, my glasses have like a big print in them. If you guys don't want to watch these videos, you don't have to. It's basically for me. I've been watching them and I've just decided that it's something that I want to do and something that'll be nice to look back on. So I'm going to start doing pregnancy vlog videos. I'm still going to be doing my other videos, my hauls and, beauty stuff and stuff like that, but I'm going to be doing these as well. So, and I know some of you do comment on, some of my other videos, I've mentioned parts of my pregnancy and stuff, and some of you do comment and kind of keep up with me, so I know that there will be some people who will want to watch these. But yeah, so I'm just going to get started, and also, I don't really want like any hating comments in my videos. I know for some reason people look at pregnancy videos and they just think that it's just their gateway to troll and their gateway to just say rude, unnecessary things. If you say it, I'm gonna delete your comment, I'm gonna block you. You're not really gonna bother me, you're not really gonna get to me, because it's just, I'm not that type of person. I don't let people bother me. I live my life as happy as I can the way that I want to live it, and that's just how it's going to be. Like I said, this is something that's going to be for me. I think it's going to be nice to look back on. I've been writing down every day pretty much how I've been feeling, kind of like keeping a diary, but I don't know, I feel this will be more personal because I'll get to really see my emotions that day and everything. So, yeah. Keep the rudeness to yourself. I have everything written down because I really didn't know which way I wanted to go with this video. I am 15 weeks and 3 days today. This is not my first pregnancy. I was pregnant in February, and I miscarried in April, April 20th. And we were actually pregnant with twins. I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos. But we didn't find out that it was twins until I had gone to the hospital because I was having cramping and bleeding, and they had asked me there if I knew that it was a twin pregnancy, and I said no. So that was really hard. That one wasn't a planned pregnancy. My husband and I, we weren't trying, but we weren't necessarily trying not to, I guess, but it did come as a big surprise that we were pregnant, but we were extremely thrilled, and we were so excited, we were ecstatic. He was extremely ecstatic, and so yeah, it was a really big blow when that happened, but we decided that we were going to try again, and we didn't try for very long. We tried, let's see, April, 3 months? Not even, because we couldn't try for the first month, so 2 months. And then we got pregnant again. And that one came as a surprise too, because what had happened was, how I found out I was pregnant, I was doing the ovulation tests. And so while I was doing those, I kept taking pregnancy tests like every week, just in case, because you never know. And I wanted to make sure that I was, eating healthy and, staying away from bad habits and stuff like that. I was taking prenatal vitamins the whole time. And my last menstrual cycle was July 8th. And then, but in June, I didn't get one. Yeah, in June I didn't get one, so I thought I was pregnant. And I kept taking pregnancy tests. And then when I got my menstrual cycle in July, it was light. It wasn't a normal period. So I really, really thought I was pregnant. And every time I would take the test, every time, it would come up negative. So I had one test left. I bought a bunch of them off of eBay. The little strip ones that they use in doctors' offices. I got like a bunch of them for really cheap. And I had one left, and I decided, oh, well, you know, randomly one day, because I had stopped taking them for like a week. And I decided, well, I'll just take another one and just see. It's probably going to come up negative, because I kept like getting my hopes up and getting brought down. And then sure enough, it was positive. And so my husband was home, and I screamed at him to come in the bathroom. And we were so excited. So that is how this baby came about. Let's see. My pregnancy, it's been different than last time. Last time I was pregnant, I was 3 months pregnant when I miscarried. And since it was twins, I had like double the hormones, but I was not as sick as I've been this time. There was quite a few times where I was extremely sick last time, but this time it's like the whole time I've been sick. And now it's like 15 and a half weeks, and I'm still extremely sick all the time. So I'm hoping that within the next week or so that'll kind of tone down a bit, because it's just been difficult. I've been tired all the time, and you know, everything that's expected with pregnancy, but symptoms wise, it's just nausea, sore breasts, really, really sore breasts, headaches. I haven't gotten them quite often, as often as I did a few weeks ago, but when I do get them now, they are terrible. Like, the worst headaches I've had in my life. I've had a concussion before, and that was nothing compared to the headache that I had the other night. It was just so terrible. I actually bought one of those sleeping masks, so that way if I get one during the day, I can just, you know, lay down and put that on and keep the light out, because the light really hurts too. So, but they haven't been too constant, so that's good. I'll probably talk to my doctor about that when I go to my next appointment. What else? I've been getting a stuffy nose. That's normal, because all the extra blood, it, you know, makes everything swell up a little bit. But that's not too bad. I've been really, like, okay, so we had our first ultrasound at 13 weeks. 13 weeks in one day. I have the pictures. So I'll show you. I showed them in one of my other videos, but I will just show you. My lighting is really bad. So that's one where the baby's like turned away, but then like the head is looking back. And then there's one with the feet. It's like kind of curling up a little bit. And then I'll show you this one. The other one you can't really tell anything. The little hand there. So yeah, so I was 13 weeks in one day when I had my first ultrasound. And I was so expecting there to be twins again. I don't know why, because the chances of it being twins 2 pregnancies in a row are probably really slim, but I was so expecting it to be twins again. I'd be a little nervous just because it's our first baby, and you know, any first-time parents are always nervous no matter what. You don't really know what to expect, and you're a little scared. You just want to make sure that you're going to do everything right. But with two, you kind of wonder, like, how could I manage two? But I mean, obviously it happens, and you would definitely manage two. I'm sure it would just be like getting used to everything that you would do with one, but you would double it. So, but I don't know because I haven't had twins yet. But for some reason, I'm still worried that, like, it's not worried, but I'm still, like, wondering if my next ultrasound, if she's going to be like, oh, there's two now. Because I know that sometimes one can hide behind the other. I think that's because I've just been so sick. I've been more sick than in my last pregnancy. And I've heard that a lot of times if you're pregnant with twins, you get more sick. So, but she said last time, she said it's definitely just one. If it does turn out to be two, the more the merrier. So we did get new doctors than we had in my last pregnancy. They were just horrible. We went, the first time we went, it was like the initial meeting. It's like a meeting where they talk to you about things, you ask them questions, and usually they're very informative, and you know, they want to help you in any way that they can. When we went, they didn't talk to me about anything. He just asked me how I was feeling, and that was it. And then I asked two questions, out of my list of like 20. And after those two questions, he was done. He was like completely done. He did not want to be in that room, and it was just very rude. The people at the front desk were very rude. They were rude to my husband. He had called one time to set up one of my appointments or whatever, and they were extremely rude to him. Extremely, extremely rude. In fact, when we called for when I was having the bleeding, he called them, and again, they were extremely rude to him. So, it's just, you know, it was ridiculous. And then even the hospital that I went to, where I had my D&C done, the nurses there were rude. They were just, you know, I distinctly remember coming out of the D&C and them wheeling me out in the wheelchair to the car. And this older woman was wheeling me out, and she had said to me, she said something, she's like, I don't even know why they had you come in here. She's like, in my day, we just did this in the doctor's office or whatever. As if, like, I just had, like, an elective abortion or something. And I'm just like, are you serious? I just lost my baby. I just found out I was having twins, and then found out that I lost them in the same day. And you're gonna say something like that? Like, it's just no big deal. Like, that to me, I was just like, I'm not going back there. My next pregnancy, I want it to be stress-free. I want it to be happy and exciting. I want to be excited to go to my doctor's appointments. And it just, it wasn't working out. So we had to change our insurance, and then in order to get these new doctors, and then get these new ones, and they are so much better. My first appointment I was really nervous about because I didn't want it to be like the last doctors that I had, and then it was above my expectations, and it's a new hospital that I'm going to be going to. It is further away. It's about 20 minutes away rather than right down the road where the hospital is here. But it's going to be worth it just because everyone's so nice. Any questions I have, you know, they don't ever mind spending more time with me to answer my questions and, you know, relieve some of my concerns, which is that's what it's supposed to be. You know, I feel like, especially if you choose a profession like that, you should give it 100% to help people who need your help. I mean, don't sit there and be rude to people and make them feel even more miserable than they already are. So I'm so happy that I have these new doctors, and I get to have a midwife with them, where my last doctors, I didn't know even who was going to be delivering my baby. So that was kind of, I didn't see the same doctor twice. So anybody who talked to me didn't know who I was. Even the doctor that I did see didn't remember who I was. The doctor that I saw the first time I went did my D&C, and he didn't even know who I was. He even asked me, he's like, have you been to our office before? And so it was just ridiculous. But anyways, so yeah, everything's good with that now. I talked about symptoms, cravings. I have had a lot of cravings. Lemons. I bought 6 lemons yesterday because I usually eat 1 a day, and I know that's really bad for your teeth, so I'm gonna start maybe just like squeezing the juice out and using a straw so that it doesn't coat my teeth so much. But I can't stop eating lemons. I cannot stop. And my husband has been eating everything that I'm craving. If I'm craving something and I get it, he eats it along with me. So unless it's something like gross that he doesn't want to eat. But so he's been eating lemons too, which is kind of funny because we'll sit and watch TV and cut up lemons. Chicken salad. I've been craving. I made some of that yesterday. I ate that for lunch today. Spicy food, steak. I was craving ice cream for a few days. Not so much now. Actually, for like a week straight, I craved ice cream. And we have like a Stewart's right down the road. So every night after work, I would ask my husband if he could get me an ice cream cone with chocolate sprinkles. So I ate that like every night for a week. Geez, I know there's been a lot. Oh, well, I'll show you. Sour things. A lot of sour. I've really been craving sour things. I don't eat too many of these. I usually just suck on one because it's not good to eat too much candy and sweets and stuff. A lot of fruit. Actually, I've been craving apples a lot. Strawberries. I just bought some watermelon last night. Pasta. About 6 months ago, I switched all our pasta to whole grain pasta, so that's good. Oatmeal. No, I think that's, I've been craving tons of things, and it's always random. It's always random cravings, and so a lot of times they don't usually last. I think the main one that has lasted, that I keep reoccurringly have been craving is lemons. And I think a lot of that has to do with nausea, because lemons can really help reduce nausea. So that might be a lot of what that has to do. And I know your body craves a lot of things that it needs. So usually when I'm craving something, if it's not, on the really unhealthy side, I'll eat it if it's like fruit or something. So yeah, that's not all my cravings. My next appointment is November 6th. It is, what is it today? It's October 24th. So it's a little ways away. That is just a routine checkup. I think they're going to measure, maybe, I don't know if they're going to measure my belly. They might, I don't know. They're going to weigh me, which last time I had lost weight. I was underweight to begin with before pregnancy. So they really want me, they don't want me to gain too much weight, actually, because my last appointment, I didn't mention this, actually, it was my OB appointment, and she did my pelvic exam, and she thinks I'm too small to give birth naturally. So I may have to get a C-section. She said we're gonna try, and then if all else fails, which she thinks might, then I'm gonna have to get a C-section. But I'm gonna try my hardest to not get that C-section. So even though I was underweight, and probably still am underweight, she doesn't want me to gain too much weight because, you know, it'll impact everything even more. So yeah, so they're probably going to weigh me again. Last time I lost weight though, so it wasn't very much. It was like 3/4 of a pound. So they were a little concerned about it, but not too concerned, considering I was still really getting sick a lot. Yeah, so I don't know. This is my first pregnancy vlog video. I know 15 weeks is a little late to start on that, but I just really wanted to make sure things were going to go smoothly for a little while, considering what happened last time, before I did start doing the videos, because I just can't imagine, like, if I had started them last time and then had the miscarriage, how that would have been, making a video explaining why, you know, what had happened. I think that would have been too hard at that time. But, so yeah, if you guys have questions that you want me to answer, I would gladly do that. Definitely give me some suggestions on what videos you want. Oh, one thing I forgot. This is a definite must-have for pregnant women. I wish my sister had one of these. She just had a baby, and I told her that the next baby she has, she needs to get one, because this has been my lifesaver, especially after having the miscarriage. This has definitely been my lifesaver. This is a fetal Doppler, pocket fetal Doppler, and it's like this. And I just use regular aloe vera gel. You can see how much I used it, because this bottle is down to here, and it was full when I bought it. So this was definitely a good buy. I can't remember how much this was. Maybe it was around like 60, $50 or $60 maybe. But it just turns on like this. And then you use this to, well, you just put that on your belly with the gel, and you find the baby's heartbeat. I use this quite often. I will be honest, I use it probably more than most people, just because, you know, there is times where I worry, especially after having the miscarriage, and I just want to be reassured, and it's so nice to be able to hear the baby's heartbeat. I first heard it at 11 weeks, I think, 10 or 11 weeks, which was really early, and I wasn't expecting to really hear it. I thought it would take a lot later on before you could hear it. But when I did, I didn't quite know that it was that at first, and then I did it again, and I found it, and it was definitely the baby's heartbeat, because the baby's heartbeat is a lot faster than yours. It was around 150, 160, so, and it's cool now, because when I use this, since the baby can kick and everything now, you can hear it. When the baby kicks, it's like, actually, I'll be able to, so if you can hear, it's like this, when the baby kicks. So you'll be hearing a heartbeat, and then you'll hear, it's so cool. And that usually happens in the morning and at nighttime. So, or after I eat something, certain things after I eat something. So that is a definite must-have. You can get those online. I think there's tons of places you can get them, but they're totally worth it. If you're a worrywart like I am, definitely get it. So yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, if there's any videos you want me to do, if there's any questions you have, don't be afraid to ask me. I will be more than happy to do them. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to be doing these like once a week, and then you guys can go through my pregnancy with me. Don't get mad if like I skip times or whatever. I don't know. I'm new at this, so I don't know how it's going to work out totally. I don't know exactly how completely committed I'm going to end up being to this. But I'm going to show you my belly, though there's not quite that much to show. And then I'm going to measure. It's going to be the first time that I measure my belly. So let's show you. I'm going to have to turn this because this is my computer. Sorry about the bright lights. Okay. Oh man, this is not going to work well. Can you see? Nope. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to take you over here. Sorry guys, like I said, this is not not a very good video, I guess. I'm gonna have to learn how to do this a little bit better. Let's see, can I go over here and you see? Okay, so here's with the shirt on. It's not very much that you can really see. Front you can't really tell. Probably should have wore a lighter shirt. And then I had my belly pierced, so. And then with it off, down here is like really starting to bulge right now. So yeah, so it doesn't look quite, well, maybe it does a little bit today. I was really small to begin with, so I've had to get bigger pants. But it's not, I don't know. I don't know what it should look like right now, but that is my belly, so I'm going to measure it. Oh my gosh, why is this taped? I don't even know where you're supposed to measure this at. Okay, so I'm at about 31 right here. Yeah, 31. So if I'm doing this wrong, just let me know in the comments or whatever. But right under my belly button. Oh wait, maybe? Actually, 32. I was at an angle on there, so yeah, 32. So yeah, yeah, I think that's about it for right now. Thanks for watching, and hopefully my videos will get better. I'm gonna have to get a new setup. I want to get a new camera, one that I can take around with me to the house, especially when we get the nursery done and everything, so I can show you guys that. But other than that, yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see.